Hey, Unpaid Lunch listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and ad-free as a Prime member on Amazon Music. Find us on social medias and YouTube at Unpaid Lunch. On your break today, it's Father's Day. We talk about all things dads and even hear from our kids answering some questions about dads. All right, time to clock out for lunch. Welcome into Unpaid Lunch, and thanks for spending your break with us. I'm Heavy D, always is Andy P, and of course, the cream that always rises to the top, Rhino. Yes. That's
I don't know anything else about wrestling, but I know that fucking interview.
You know that interview. Everybody knows that interview.
It's the best interview. Well, we got a little picture of Macho Man Randy Savage holding a cream of the crop thing.
Listen, like I shared an office with my boy Chris for a long time, and he's the biggest Macho Man fan I've ever met in my life. So, like, I've probably seen that video or heard that speech so many times that, you know, that promo getting cut. It's iconic. I actually saw something today. Oh, it was Gary V. It was like a TikTok. It was like a questionnaire. Like we're asking him rapid fire a bunch of questions. They're like, is there any like celebrity or athlete that you could meet? Who would it be? And he said Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's so weird.
I was like, that's such a weird comment, but
My mama's met him, has a picture with him whenever he was still like doing amateur wrestling.
he came to Jenkins. Yeah, my dad used to talk about it all the time about how he saw him over at Jenkins.
Poffo played minor league baseball right for the Cincy. Randy Poffo.
I saw a meme the other day. It's like
doesn't play baseball anymore.
He literally prepare for the role of the wrestling man in Spider-Man 1. That it took on a whole entire 20-year wrestling career to prepare for that role, like he was a character actor.
Is the ultimate. What's that called? Where you get your staying character the whole time? Method acting. Yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage. It killed him, actually, I guess.
Yeah.
Was that still the intro? Feels like it was. Father's Day. Hey, it's Father's Day. We got it. Slam the applause.
A day where we feel incredibly inadequate.
Yeah, make us think about all the things we wish we were. Me and Rhino are dads, and Andrew is a daddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a Snell dad.
Oh, he is Snail Dad. That's right.
That just sounds
Dog
utterly
dad.
incredibly sexual.
Snail Daddy.
Snail daddy.
I wish
I make no claim to that title.
I'm getting you a leather jacket that says fucking Snail Daddy on the back of it.
I will wear that.
That'd be badass.
You gotta wear it everywhere.
A bomber jacket.
I'll read it to wear it to read meters in. You know,
This Snail Daddy.
just show up.
They just always see in your back and it just says Snail Daddy. They're like, this fucking Snail Daddy out there in my tank. Freaking. Sometimes I don't know what we're talking about.
It's a large majority of the time.
Get lost in the shit. That's what we get lost.
So before we get into Father's Day, I know we talked about this a little bit beforehand, but I want to come back to it again and just record this that if this is true and we are 100% getting Carl Urban as Johnny Cage in a Mortal Kombat movie, I've never been more excited for anything
You're
in my life.
so hyped about
I'm so
Carl
hyped
Urban,
about this.
Johnny Cage.
Like, I think of Carl Urban in The Boys, but in a Johnny Cage role, just calling everybody twats.
For reference, there's a post going on around social media that's like the pictures of the people from the new Mortal Kombat movie, and Carl Urban is not to be confused with Keith Urban, which would be a weird Johnny Cage.
I actually think that can still probably work.
You see Keith Urban playing Johnny Cage.
He's a pretty man. I think he can work.
Like Dwight Yoakam in all the movies. When Dwight Yoakam was in a bunch of.
Isn't Keith and Carl Urban both from Australia?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Maybe that's just like a common last name in Australia.
Maybe they're fucking kin and we just don't know it.
Maybe they're fucking down under.
Well, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know. We got so far. I don't know what we're talking about.
I can't remember the guys. For anybody that watched the movie, I don't know who they got to cast or who they casted for Kano in the first movie, but like that dude was the king of one-liners. He's listed again, like on the actual casting. So I mean, like at the end of the movie,
as Kano.
Yeah, as Kano again. So spoilers, obviously, but at the end of the movie, like you see, obviously, like Sub-Zero, like warped out, kind of like Goro and everybody. So everybody's just like, all right, Sub-Zero is going to come back as Noob Saibot.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Like that's guaranteed. But like, I don't know how they bring back Kano, but I'm here for it if they do because that dude's phenomenal. And the guy that got to play, Shao Kahn is a professional bodybuilder, and he is as big as this room.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
He is massive.
Awesome. Seems like maybe he should play Goro.
His name's Marlon something. I can't remember what his last name is, but he's a massive man.
Yeah, I think that's going to be awesome if that cast is real. You said it was confirmed, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure that's confirmed.
I don't trust it.
Well, I'm here for it if it is.
No, I think it'd be awesome.
I have such a love-hate relationship with everything Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
I can see that.
Because I love it, but it hates me. I'm not the button mashing fighting game combos.
Leg sweep, uppercut.
You ever have friends who were into like
destroyed,
like fucking pads, like the game pads, you know?
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna get pinned on the side of the screen and never get to do anything.
And I don't want to play.
This is why I loved this most recent Mortal Kombat movie though, because it like speaks to it. Like at one point when they're training, I can't remember if it was Kung Lao, Liu Kang. They just keep leg sweeping him. He's like, "You motherfuckers!" Keep sweeping him over and over and over. And it's like, if you really look at the nuance of it, of what they're speaking to, it's epic.
That's the most like thing your girlfriend does. It's on the list of like top things your girlfriend does on video games.
You play your wife, significant other, whatever it may be, in Mortal Kombat. 10 matches, I promise you will lose 7 of them. And it will be jump kick, uppercut, low, like leg sweep, hell.
Yeah.
I've never been a female at Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you can't.
You know, is it because
you're trying to do cool ass combos and shit, and they're just like sweep, 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 sweep.
Just jab.
Yeah, it works.
Or they learn how to do like the forward X, and it's just shoot a fireball. And he just fucks you up just over when you can't get near him.
Like, I know this is definitely not Father's Day, but
it's Father's Day. The
Mortal
whole point
Kombat
is we can talk about Mortal Kombat's a real Father's Day thing to talk about.
It's right up there. I've met Ed Boon. Super chill, laid back guy, and I watched one of my buddies actually fight him. I want to say it was on Mortal Kombat 9, or it was before 10. Can't remember which title it was. And like, I look at Ed, I'm like, who would he play as? Like, what would be his like brain trust character that he just unleashes all the time? Man, play with nobody but Raiden. He mained Raiden the whole entire time we were there and wrecked everybody.
Got the cool teleport stuff.
Oh yeah, and my buddy is like a guy that like used to win a lot of matches like in the tournament scene in West Virginia and stuff. Would I keep wanting to say wrestle because we're on the Randy Savage kick earlier, but he would keep playing Mortal Kombat fighting games and any fighting game in general, and he was just always ruled people. And Ed Boon ate him alive.
Man, you know what I hate? People who are really good at Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah,
I don't like them. If you're really good at Smash Brothers, they're probably not going to along with you.
Never throw them off the map. Come back.
That's so annoying. That's the most annoying shit. Like, I don't even want to talk to you.
I've played Smash Brothers like 3 times my entire life.
Well, they used to
have no desire to play it.
Community college tournaments.
That was when I was running GameStop.
Fuck that.
Yeah, dude, fuck that, Monroe. Yeah,
Monroe was there. He ran a lot of them. Kind of helped out.
That was when you were in. That's when you and like Waffles and
we was into it. But
yeah, Monroe's here in studio, and if we've said it before, but as long as everybody knows, he's usually here on a mic somewhere.
See, I never played in those tournaments. That's when I was running GameStop, and I would donate a lot to it. Like I would give like the trophies and like all the memorabilia and stuff for it, but I never really played in it. No desire.
Miserable was what it was.
Oh yeah, but it was a good turnout. Those extra live tournaments was massive. It was really good for the area. So Father's Day.
We didn't even have a segue.
Ain't no segue. It's just we're rambling about fighting games.
I thought we'd get one. Thought we'd get one there, and it just never came.
No, it never came. It never happened.
The girls in that video I watched. Yeah. So did some interviews with the kids. We're gonna play those in a little bit, but it's funny when they're asked the question if being a dad is a hard job or not.
Oh yeah,
and I think that it's just like is it that complicated? Probably not. Do less than half the work of raising them, probably, and just keep them alive. They're not doing anything.
Well, I've always said before, and it's not, I mean, obviously, this is not like an introspective on my situation or anything. I'm just saying fatherhood in general. But we are quick to get all the blame.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, when we do good, you don't hear a whole lot about it.
Man, I feel like
it's expected.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like we're gonna get in trouble.
No, I mean, my wife, like I said, my wife is not like this. My wife is fantastic. I can honestly say it. I've never felt that way, but I've seen it. Like me and her actually had a huge conversation about Father's Day posts on social media today, and it's weird. Like, and it's the same thing with Mother's Day too. It shouldn't take a day for everyone to respect what you do and what you bring to the table. That should be evident at all times. That's why I hate really most of the time making posts and stuff like that. It's like, oh, look at, my mom on Mother's Day or my wife on Mother's Day. Like,
to clarify, I didn't compare being a dad to being a veteran.
I didn't even hear that part. But it's just like, if you see like someone's like, you look at a child and you're like, oh, this kid's wild as hell. Da, 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 da. Where's the dad at?
Yeah.
How many times have you heard that before? It's like, oh, he went to get a gallon of milk, never came back. Da, 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 da.
To get some camels.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we're very quick to take the blame for
and it's probably
emotional
also
lashing out and things like that, and youth upbringing.
Probably are less emotionally available, so it's okay to take the blame. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's one thing.
You can cry in your car for 2 hours after work, but that doesn't count.
That's one thing I have seen though, like over the last year to 2 years, is like seems to be like a rallying campaign behind men's mental health.
Oh yeah,
which is not
sure.
something that was talked about 10, 15 years ago.
Which is nice, right? Yeah. Just the last few years.
Go over there in the corner and choke on that shotgun. It's okay. That's the way it kind of used to feel like in the past. But
Shout out Kurt Cobain.
Toe tap special.
Shut up, Courtney Love.
But
ouch.
Hot take.
Hot take. Hot take. Kurt Cobain did say he didn't even have a gun. Remember when he told us that? He said it a bunch. Didn't remember?
I had someone ask me one time before, they said, is the reason that her band's name is Holes because of the hole in the back of his head? I was like, my God.
That is too much.
And they were being serious.
It was multiple.
I was like, y'all have been watching way too many conspiracy videos.
Her band would have been called Holes, not Hole. It was like a bunch of them.
God.
Probably. What do you think?
In him?
Yeah.
Oh, just one big one.
Really? I feel like it would.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just one
Yeah,
big
he
one.
just had the one big one.
Yeah, all the holes were in the wall behind him. Yeah. Pretty much.
This feels bad. A little bit.
Bad.
This feels a little bit bad.
Well, one of the big critiques I got off the Mother's Day episode that we had is that we painted way too positive of a picture of what parenthood actually is.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Well, I mean, it's very rewarding, but God, it's hard.
You mean eventually or what?
I love my kids. I feel like it's rewarding all the time.
I'm just kidding.
But there's also times where I look at them I just want to go into a bathroom and scream the Lord's name in vain into a towel 45 times in 5 minutes. But I mean,
well, what's really surprising is just how dumb kids are.
Yeah,
fucking. Yeah. What I mean is, I don't mean they're stupid. That's two different things. When I just tell you to go find this and you can't, I feel like that's just a struggle.
Or the stereotypical "don't touch that, it's hot," and you just watch their hand hovering towards it,
and then we yell at them.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No. Oh my God, I'm burned. I'm like,
and then we yell at them, and then we get a look from our spouse, and then our kids are like, and then our kids just say stuff like, "You're always mean to me."
Oh yeah,
You just got it too fucking easy now. Remember when you could just go kill a deer and bring it back and everybody was just happy? You just go do that again.
maybe that's what it is. Damn, why you always gonna get deep on stuff? Like, really, the reason we're all fucked up is because we don't do that anymore. Like, we're not like,
yeah, we just got too much time on our hands.
Breadwinner doesn't necessarily mean just making the money. It's like really like going out and fucking gathering the food. Oh, it makes me feel awful. I've not killed anything.
Hey, let's just go kill some shit. Somebody's got a
We're
horse
gonna
in
go-
the yard up the road.
Be right back, guys. We're gonna go hunt for a little while.
I can hear some goats from here. It's fine.
Make some what?
Listen,
more
I will
deaths.
gladly kill some goats, but we've had that discussion in the past. Me and goats don't really vibe.
Yeah, you have a hard time with fucking goats.
I do.
Most people do.
Yeah.
That's too much. Oh man,
Christ.
we're gonna get canceled.
Yep, this is gonna happen.
It's fine. As a job, being a dad is most comparable to what other job do you think? What would it? It's okay. Well, I mean, I guess being a teacher.
I mean, yeah.
Not really, because like you don't scream at those kids and like.
Prison guard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's closer.
It's
That's
close.
closer. Yeah, that's a lot closer. Prison guard. To
Well, I
like
mean, you got to
direct
take into
them and
account like the likelihood that you're going to come in contact with human fluids as well.
oh yeah,
So
that's
like,
true.
Got to factor that.
Yo, I'm telling you, like being a dad. I don't know. Have you've never been like a stay at home right at all? Stay at home dad.
Not really. I mean, like work at home environment through work.
Right. Well, no,
during
I was
COVID,
literally
but that,
like-
that would have been the closest thing to it.
For almost a year, I was unemployed and chose to. We had just had Gabby and like I chose to like stay home with Gabby and Clay. Man, that was fucking exhausting.
Oh yeah.
That shit was hard.
Oh yeah.
Like kids crying and like I'm probably yelling.
That's what I've said before. Like,
'Cause
100%, man. Women are the linchpin of families. Like my wife, like my grandmother right now is in horrible health. Like we've been kind of, on pins and needles with her over the last little bit. But I'm telling you right now, she is like, when you look at the stereotypical like matriarch, it bothers me if something ever happens to her because she really is the glue that kind of tethers
sure.
the whole entire family together. So, I mean,
well, if you have daddy issues, you just get pregnant at 16. If you have mommy issues, you're on coke.
yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm
That real?
gonna be honest. Like, it's hard to admit this because I mean, it is what it is. But we are incredibly replaceable.
Us?
We are, yeah.
In just me and you in
Just
general?
fathers.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we can be,
yeah.
to a degree.
That's true. Especially if like your kids are young and not like, established.
And I don't mean that as a slight. I really don't. But that's kind of like going back to the conversation that I had with my wife and stuff is really like social media and stuff right now. It's such a good case study. Like it's so fun to watch because then you have like the stereotypical like happy marriages and stuff like that and et cetera, or, calling out mom, dad on Mother's Day, Father's Day. But then you have, more of the non-traditional families where, people are trying to co-parent and things like that. And you see a lot of stepdads and stuff come to the picture and do a great job and rock it out. Like there is no greater respect than anything that I have for anyone than a stepdad to be able to slot in and pick up that mantle. A good one.
A good one, yeah.
Be able to slide in, be able to take everything, the responsibility and things on and, kind of be there for the kids. But then also at the same time, it's like you watch it and some of them are just violent, like car crashes happening on social media at all times. You're like, God, instead of actually saying Happy Father's Day, this is just a reason to really underhandedly jab at somebody like all the way across the board.
Like, if I just like to do like a study on how many stepdads, how many stepdads, because a lot of times you don't know like the stepdads, like who's a stepdad and who's the actual dad, especially like around here since it's so common.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's when I feel like it's successful. Like if you can go into it and you can't tell, then they're doing a good job.
So us asking our kids questions is like, well, let's just go into that shit. Let's get them. We'll do theirs. We'll play them all in a row, and then we'll see you on the other side.
That sounds great.
Welcome in, Unpaid Lunch listeners. It's Father's Day episode. I got my son here. Clay, say hi.
Hey, hustlers.
Perfect. Okay, 3 questions. 1, do you think you're my favorite child?
Yes.
Wow. You really do. You don't think it's the cats?
It could be.
Yeah.
I think it could be.
Your sister said it was definitely the cats. She
Yeah.
said it was both of you equally, and then the cats.
Yeah, I could say that actually.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, if you could have any celebrity as a dad instead of me, who would it be?
Tom Holland.
What the fuck? Why Tom Holland?
Because I want to look like him.
You don't. I don't think. I guess I don't have the complexities of the question worked out. If you would be, I think the situation is I'm dead and your mom marries them.
Oh. Well. I don't know.
Then you don't know.
No.
Still, you know what your sister said?
What?
Roman Reigns. You think that's cringe?
Yes.
Okay. Last question. Do you think it's hard being a dad?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I think it's a lot of responsibility for somebody, and yeah.
It's not really. You know what I have to do? Just make sure you stay alive. Like, doing all right so far. But you don't have a big 4-wheeler yet, so.
No. I need one.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
All right. Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Welcome in, Unpaid Lunch listeners. It's Father's Day. This is the Father's Day episode. So I've got my 10-year-old little girl on, and she's going to answer some questions. Can't have her on the normal show because it's, maybe not PG, but she's going to answer some questions. You ready, Gabby?
Yeah.
Yeah, answer the questions. Okay. So 1, do you think you're the favorite child?
No, but I don't think me and Bub are either the favorite child.
Who do you think the favorite child is?
Me,
Do you-
but neither of us also.
Yeah, it's Jasper.
Yeah,
It's the cat.
yeah.
Okay, as long as you knew that. Okay. Second question. If you could have any celebrity as a dad, who would it be?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Is it because it's the only male celebrity you know?
Yes.
And
Except
why else?
Justin Bieber, but he's too skinny.
He's too skinny
Yes.
to be your dad.
Yeah. And he's too young.
That makes me feel better, I guess. I don't think he's too young. I think you're confused.
How old is
pretty old.
Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns is definitely old enough to be your dad. Now, Justin Bieber is too, though. You're a baby. Okay, so Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Because he has long hair
Yeah.
and he's not skinny.
Yeah.
Well,
And he's famous. No, wait, so it's okay. Anyways.
well, good. That makes me feel better then. All right. Last question. Your cat's trying to attack you. The one that's not my favorite. He can't hear it. He can't hear it. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Milo. Okay, last question. Number 3. Do you think it's hard being a dad?
Being a girl dad, yes, because you have to you have to buy me stuff on Valentine's Days and everywhere we go.
Yeah. I enjoy that, though. I have a good time. But yeah, it's hard. Right. It's a hard job.
Yeah.
It's a job we can't just quit. I mean, I guess you can quit. But we don't. Thanks for being on the show. You did really good. Are you nervous?
No, not really.
No, you're doing good now, okay?
Yeah.
Milo's climbing everything around you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for being on the show. Love you.
Love you.
Okay, this is Amber. If you had to pick, who do you think's Daddy's favorite? You or Bubby?
Bubby.
Why Bubby?
Because you yell at me every time.
I yell at you all the time. I don't mean to yell at you. Am I hateful? I'm sorry. If you could replace Daddy with somebody famous or like a movie character or something, who would you replace Daddy with?
Pennywise.
Pennywise. Why Pennywise?
Because
Why?
Or I will give you to a nice kid.
You would give me to a nice kid? Why would you give me to a nice kid?
Because.
Okay. Well, do you think it's hard to be a daddy? No? Why?
Because.
Why is it not hard to be a daddy?
Because.
Oh, you gotta give me a reason.
Cause why are you super crazy? That's why you're not wild.
I'm super crazy? Oh. So it's not hard to be a dad because I'm super crazy?
Yeah, cause you make funny stuff for me.
Oh, so you love Daddy? Daddy loves you. Can I be a hug? Love you. Okay, if you had to pick, who do you think is your dad's favorite? You remember?
There's not one.
Why?
Oh no, you both don't like us.
I don't like either one of you? You think I hate both of you?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like I hate both of you?
I don't know.
You don't know? Am I hateful?
Sometimes.
But I'm not always hateful.
Most of the time you are.
Oh, okay. If you could replace me with any celebrity, sports star, anything for a new dad, who would it be?
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Not the actor, the catcher from the Dodgers, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he hits swamp donkeys.
Because he hits swamp donkeys. Okay. Do you think it's hard being a dad?
Yes.
Why?
How would I know?
I mean, why? Why do you think it's hard? You gotta have a reason to say yes.
Because you get yelled at a lot by mom, and you have to do a lot of stuff.
Okay. Love you, dude. No love, Dad?
No.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Welcome back into the Page Lunch, listeners. I hope you enjoyed our children speaking.
I hope you enjoyed it more than we did.
I got sad for you a little bit. Like, when they were like, you mean you're like, not all the time, and he's like, well, most of the time.
Well, so it's kind of one of those things. Like, if they think I'm that hateful, maybe I'm just doing my job and I'm doing it well.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm stern.
Don't you remember like even being a kid, like thinking your parents were like, you know, strict, like fucking like super mean. They were just not.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Legitimately just good parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just not mean. Yeah. So you're probably doing it right. Like, I guess it's a super old fashioned thing to say that you're not supposed to be your kid's friend.
No.
Like, it's just tough. I mean, I guess things are different, I guess, but
me and Asher
still
really
holds.
kind of toe that line.
yeah,
Like, me and him are really, really, really close.
and I guess that does hurt too with the disciplinary part of things.
Oh,
of
yeah.
being
Because
like,
it hurts him worse, I think, because it's like, all right, for 1 second, you're my bro, and now you're coming down and ripping my heart out,
'cause
man. Like, what are you doing?
Me and Clay are more. I mean, like, look, I know, like, Clay is, you know, he don't really get in any trouble or anything. He don't back talk or anything. So, like, me and him are bros a lot. And so then when I have to, like, discipline him about something, for me, it feels worse, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But it's like, Lord, everybody's heard this a billion times, and they're like, this hurts me worse than it hurts you. Like, it's the truth. It's so freaking painful to discipline your kids. Plus, like, I think the reason they feel like I'm hateful is I have a very, very effective dad voice.
oh, yeah, you do.
Like,
yeah.
when my wife, like, she's like, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, and then you can just tell they're testing her, and all of a sudden, just the shout comes out. You can watch my kids almost shiver. They're like, ugh.
Well, so what's funny is, like, my wife's so quiet that all I have to do is, like, raise my voice a little bit, and, like, my kids are intimidated by it because it's quiet most of the time. But yeah, they're I remember like my dad obviously is loud as fuck and screaming all the time, but like the most extreme part I remember is, I know it sounds cliche and I know it sounds like I'm making it up and it's cliche, but man, holding the flashlight for my dad while he worked on something, man, that has to be like the most traumatic experience of my life.
Checking the steadiness for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't.
Shaking if you're not holding it at the right
Well, it always
angle.
makes me think of
How do you
the
get
Christmas
under-
story when the kid's out helping him change the tire.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that always.
ugh.
That's what always brings to mind for me. But like, See, my dad, Lord God rest his soul, he was always the type of person that's like, I want to teach you how to do something. Here, I'm going to teach you. You're going to need to know how to do this without me someday. And the man had zero patience.
I was going to say, yeah.
No patience.
No patience, yeah.
He's like, all right, here, let me show you how to do this. And I swear to God,
Except
you'd be
for
3
other
minutes in and
people's kids.
he'd take over everything.
A lot more
Just
patience
sit
for
there
other
and
people's
watch.
kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot more patience. If we could only be treated like our children are treated, grandparents are fucking different. Like, I think the way my dad is with my kids, and I'm like, what is going on? Why are they getting away with everything? What is happening?
Well, Dad was like super patient with my kids.
Yeah.
And
much different.
I remember many times you would have took my head off for this.
Yeah. Yeah, your mom probably lets him get away with a lot more than
he's probably more patient than what he should have been. My uncle tells this story all the time, and it always cracks me up. Dad came home one day, and this is back when my grandfather, the Koopy, was like the villain of all things DirecTV. The man had so many like fixed satellite cards, it was ridiculous. They had like 8 dishes outside his house. So if you got to go to their house after school, you were living the high life. You were watching everything.
Yeah.
So I was watching something on one of those, rigged satellite cards one day. Dad came home and he said, "Hey, get your shoes on, let's go." I didn't listen to him. And my uncle's just like sitting there on the couch, just like watching everything unfold. Dad said again, "Get your shoes on." I said, "Let's go." Ignored him.
Where are we going?
Third time, "I will not tell you again, Ryan. Get your shoes on. We're leaving." Ignored him. "Ryan," and I turned and looked at him calm as hell and said, "I thought you weren't going to say nothing again."
No, you didn't.
I saw his face, and I took off running to my grandfather's room. And my uncle says it was almost like my dad just levitated over top of the coffee table. It's like he just like, you want to talk about Mortal Kombat? He's like over top the table, door shut. Sounds like some type of Benny Hill comedy going on in another room.
I'm sure.
I come out crying, put on my shoes, and leave. Still this day, it's my uncle's favorite story. So maybe he had more patience than what I thought. I guess that's kind of the whole thing. Having more patience.
Well,
it's probably he started out with it, and I just wore it out. He just didn't have any after that.
My favorite part is about like as you get older. I know, Andrew, you don't have any kids, but I see you do this shit all the time, like just dad stuff. And maybe it's just getting older, like standing up watching TV.
It's just tropes.
Just walk by a TV.
Just arrange things.
Yeah.
Just adjust stuff that doesn't even belong to you.
Or when somebody's working on something next to you, in the yard next to you, you stand on the porch and watch it.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to do all this.
Watching your neighbors cut their yard and then immediately going and cutting your yard.
He said that.
I'm the bane of everyone's existence. I'm the opposite of that. I will refuse to cut mine out of just sheer
and they're fucking, when you're going to cut your grass. He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm going to wait till you cut yours again."
If and that's what asked me, I would have cut it already. But
I feel like I do more dad things that I don't realize I do.
Oh, yeah.
And like get called out for them. I do the standing up and watching TV thing a lot. Like I'm not going to watch this show, but like my arms are crossed and I've watched for 25 minutes. I've been
standing in the
show.
corner of the room.
Yeah, I've been watching this show the whole time. I don't know, man. Just like the older I get, the more I want to just have random shit in the garage.
Yeah.
I think that's a dad thing that just happens.
You're going to need 4 different size funnels.
That's what I'm saying. You might. I don't know what I'm going to need. Luckily, I inherited a garage full of like dad shit. It was the most dad shit, like an old staple gun, like
my goal in life right now is to have a fire pit because I want to burn stuff.
That's super dad.
And have a fridge outside that has beer in it.
I'm down. I'm there. Where are we going?
That's my goals in life right now, and I feel like it's very.
I don't think that's that unobtainable.
No, I don't think
unobtainable
it is.
Goal.
Like going back to those audio clips, like Asher's is like, I could have pegged that.
Yeah, I knew what
sense.
Gabby's were going to be too.
I knew he was going to say that I didn't have a favorite. I knew that. I knew he would pick a baseball player, and like it just I could have pegged his. Amber's not so much.
I loved Amber. She's so funny.
She equated me to a clown from pretty much, I don't know, the ether that eats children's souls in the sewer network of Derry, Maine. I'm like, damn.
For me, that was so hilarious, though.
Like Pennywise. But it's like I asked her, like, who's your favorite? Or who's my favorite? She's like, Bub. And I can see her saying that because me and Asher connect a whole lot more. She's up her mom's ass. So I could see that. And she's like, you just yell a whole lot. Yeah. And then she kind of looked at me and like she almost started crying. I was like, shit, this got way too heavy.
Yeah, I thought that happened.
Like she just had that look on her face. And then she did the whole Pennywise thing. And I was like, well, that's random. But then she kind of comes back and just kind of starts stammering. She's like, I'll give you to a good kid. Then it's like, do you feel like they broke me? As soon as I got done recording, I went back to my wife. I was like, she made me cry. It's like, apparently she's some shitty kid that's undeserving of dad's love and wants to give me to a good kid. I was like, what the hell? That hurts my feelings.
You tell her to come down here.
Oh my God, it broke me, man.
Yeah,
shittiest dad ever. I mean, we've talked about it in the past, I guess.
I knew Gabby's was going to be Roman Reigns.
I mean,
Roman Reigns,
the tribal chief.
I know, it's what I told her. I was like,
listen, I got chills last night when he said Lexington, Kentucky.
I know.
I was like, do it, Dad.
Yeah,
do it.
I knew
Acknowledge me.
I knew a few people that were down there. I was so jealous. I know a guy who he's going to come on the podcast. That we used to hang out with a little bit when we both worked at restaurants downtown, and he lived above us in an apartment. He got a gig working security at Rupp Arena.
Oh, sick.
Last night. And he was sending me pictures of these wrestlers. He was like, do you know who this guy is? And I was like, yeah, man, that's Sheamus. And he was like, those two big Samoan dudes were just here. And I was talking to them. They're pretty cool. We hung out a few minutes. And I was like, two of them, do they look alike? And he's like, yeah, I think they're brothers. I was like,
the Usos.
I was like, you're just fucking hanging out with the Usos. You're having a casual conversation with me about just fucking hanging out with the Usos. I was like, man, that's a pretty cool job. You should come talk about that job on the podcast.
That would be pretty epic.
He has a couple interesting jobs that he needs, or former jobs. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Oh, man. I'll tell you later, and you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'd hang out with him like for a few minutes at a time. And
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you really have it, or are you just saying this shit?
Yeah, he does.
Oh my God!
Above the restaurant, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You're killing me.
I do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that guy that lived down the road around the corner up on that bridge.
I don't think you know him. Even if we told you,
I don't even know what the fuck's going on right now. So yeah, I'd say I probably don't know who you're talking about.
We were trying to be as cryptic as possible.
You're being
successful.
You feel like Andrew when we talk about sports.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like, I don't know what the fuck you all are doing. Talking about the two umpire episodes, you were like, I don't know. I don't know what these talking about. I don't know what everybody's talking about. But yeah, so being a dad is a lot tougher than people give it credit for, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that where we're at with it?
Oh yeah. It's I don't know. There's so many different stereotypes and things like that float out there. But
you know what?
At the end of the day, you want your kids to know that you love them, but also fear you pretty much. Like I said, when they came up and said, "God, you're hateful," it bothered me at first. But then once I got driving down here and I went down to the gas station and got me some nerds clusters because I'm a fat ass. That whole entire trip down there and back, I was like, you know what? Maybe that just means I'm successful.
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job. I think that's what it means. I mean, whatever. Or they'll be fucked up. It's gonna go either way.
It's gonna go either way.
Well, they'll probably be fucked up a little bit anyway. You can't do anything about that.
Like
you know
earlier.
What? It's funny, the Ember thing, like when you talk about the Embers being much more chaotic than Asher's was, being a girl dad is so much harder than being a boy dad, though.
Boys are so easy.
It's not Clay. You don't even know he exists. Like he's just in his bedroom quiet.
Well, she got madder and horny than me earlier, and it's probably where the hateful part came from because we came down on her pretty hard. So we got this new puppy. It's got it's part husky, so it's wild as hell inside the house. Dad,
he's got two girls.
Yeah, 2 dogs.
2 dog girls. 2 girl dogs. Mean as shit.
Australian Shepherd, German Shepherd mixes.
This is an Australian Shepherd, Siberian Husky.
Yeah, they're very similar dogs.
And just super hyperactive.
The mommy,
she chewed a hole in our bathroom floor.
Yeah. I have 2 of them that are trying to eat my house.
Yo,
how old are they now?
I think they were the best we could figure. Their birthday was like January 14th.
So not much older than mine.
No.
Yeah, mine's like March.
5 months.
Okay, so yeah, she ate a hole in the floor. Well, Ember wants to squeeze her and hug her like a freaking squishmallow.
Yep.
And she wrapped her arm around her head a while ago, put her in a full Nelson, puts her face down there, and the dog nipped her in the cheek. You can see like the little puncture mark on her cheek, and Lord God, she lost her mind. Which I have a weird thing for, because when I was 5, I had half my face ripped off by a St. Bernard.
Yeah.
Now, I'm talking about meat and blood showing. That's
yeah.
all you could see. They had to basically staple my face back on. So when I see a dog going after my kid's face, like PTSD kicks in.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, honey, listen, like we yelled at her, we yelled at the dog. It was bad.
Yeah, it's a teaching moment for everyone involved.
She finally calmed down. I said, listen.
Headlock dogs.
When you get that dog in a headlock, for A, she doesn't understand what's going on. It pisses her off.
Yeah.
But B, when you hear her go, "Arr," that is a cue to let go, not bear down harder.
Yo, kids are dumb.
And she's like, okay. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. Just don't do it again. She's like, I won't. I want you to get rid of her. I hate her. She bite me. I was like, so we're not getting rid of the dog.
I think it's going to be okay.
Don't grab her in a headlock again. 20 minutes later, headlock, dog growling. I'm like,
well,
what are you doing? Like, why? Like, why are you doing this?
Nature take over.
Yeah, you got to let them figure it out on their own
And
sometimes.
naturally, like, if I probably would let her learn from the mistakes, but like I said, I turned around one time and saw St. Bernard's tonsils, so like my brain won't let me go there.
It's just like it didn't matter how upset she was about it. She was going to do it again.
You want to talk about freaking parenting? You got harder than all of us if you got 2 of those things, because that dog is wild.
I had a garden one time. Now it looks like Kuwait because there's just holes everywhere.
Kuwait.
But they love potatoes. That's all they eat. It's great. I raised the whole.
He's had potatoes.
Farm for them.
Yeah, he had potatoes growing in his yard forever.
How about 27 or 28?
Now there's just big holes in the ground.
There's 2 left or something now.
Yeah, one of them looks like the mom. I think the mom is at your brother's house or whatever.
It's my cousin's. Yeah,
That black one looks.
so that's
the one with the blue eyes.
Yeah, that's the dad.
It looks just like Rhea. Like the one with the blue eyes looks just like Rhea.
Yeah, they're wild. So I'm basically raising 2 little girls right now, and it's fun.
Yeah,
2 little girls that don't like each other.
they definitely don't like each other now.
Friggin' nightmare.
Well, my kids just know that my favorite kid is Jasper.
Yeah,
They're aware of that. Gabby just answered it. She was like, I think you love me and Bub equally, but the cat. And I was like, yeah, I do like the cats. That's like, they don't bother me. They don't ask for nothing. The cats
don't cost money.
They don't cost much money. There's a little bit of food. Oh, man. It was a good show.
Yeah.
It was a good show. It was a good show, everybody. Good job. Good job, Monroe. Good job.
He contributed a lot.
The one time I press a button, you got to turn
The
it down.
volume was down the one time. This is
Jeez.
You got it. Now
I'll
you're
never do it again.
No, now you're completely in charge of them. Yeah, no, you have to do it.
But I think
my fingers on my nose.
I don't get paid enough.
like you said, good show.
Fuck you.
To wrap it all up, and
Wrapping it all up. Not wrapping it all up is the reason we're in this fucking mess.
Fair. It was Lucretia that brought it up. Lucretia's like, listen, that Mother's Day episode was just way too happy. She's like, there's times I just want to like go sit in a car and cry.
Yeah.
She's like, motherhood sucks. I'm like, I get it. And like parenthood in general, it's not for the weak at heart. Like it's just not.
Shit. We're going to miss it, though.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not going to miss getting up fucking 8 a.m. taking kids to school and shit. I'm good with that.
And 9 a.m. practice
Not
this
gonna
morning
miss
hurt.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it hurt.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a good show. Thanks, guys. Remember to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everything but Facebook. We do this every time. Everything. Fuck Facebook. Even going every time. We're gonna get a Facebook page eventually, and I'm gonna have to stop saying it. Just old people in pictures. Oh, Patreon, exclusive content on there. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everything. Check us out. Hope we'll have some merch up soon. And gonna try to do you all send us some emails with some more work fails and shit so we can get those going. Oh man, you boys got anything?
Nope.
All right, guys. Remember that nobody's stopping you from quitting your job, but you.